So I wanted to know, what is the truth about GUMS? What is the earn rate? How much will you earn if there is a double gum event running versus not a double gum event? I also tested standard versus directed mode. I wanted to know if one of those modes was better for earning gums. Me and my team tested multiple 5-hour games in standard versus directed mode and then compared all our numbers, and I'll show you guys all of those stats. They're really interesting. And during all of this testing, I accidentally uncovered something about the GUMS. I always thought that the gums were based on rounds. That's how you earn them. And nope, that is not how they are earned. I think most people believe, like myself, that you have to progress like 3 or 4 rounds or something and then you'll get a gum to pop up. And we think that because when the round changes is when we see the gums pop up. Also, it's what we've been told through marketing. Treyarch's been telling us that you earn gums based on progressing rounds. But it has nothing to do with rounds, which is shocking, and I'll show you guys the secret behind it. Another thing that is shocking is the incredible discount you can get on Call of Duty Black Ops 6 right now on G2A with their winter sale. G2A, your gate to adventure, offering incredible deals on the games you love. From blockbuster titles to must-have add-ons, this is your chance to upgrade your collection without breaking the bank. Whether you're blasting zombies, exploring new worlds, or leveling up with friends, G2A makes it easy. No long lines, no hassle, just amazing discounts and stress-free shopping. But don't wait, these deals won't last forever. Head to G2A winter sale now and make this winter legendary. G2A hot deals for a cold winter. Open your gate to adventure today. I'll have my link to their great deals down in the description and also the pinned comment. But seriously, this is where I get most of my games because I know I can always find some really great discounts. So shout out to G2A for sponsoring this video. I cannot thank them enough. They are amazing. Also, a huge shout out to Nilbus. Nilbus is from my Discord team and he went in and tested the chopper gunner for 5 hours and also directed mode. And then another massive shout out to Rydahl. Rydahl is also from my Discord, and Rydahl went through all the footage and calculated all the stats. I tested as well, and my stats matched his stats, so I feel like we've got some really solid numbers. So again, we tested for 5 hours in standard mode and then also directed mode. And in standard mode, Nilbus did the chopper gunner glitch, where you just sit in a corner with unlimited chopper gunner and just crank through rounds. And then for directed mode, we did multiple 5-hour games on Citadel with the sword in the quick revive room. You get out of the map and you get inside that wall and you can just melee forever on an infinite round. And first, I'm going to show you guys how the rounds, XP, and essence compare with these two strategies. And this is during a double XP and double gum event. I learned something kind of surprising with these stats I'm about to show you, and then I'll show you guys how the gums compare. And then I'll show you guys the secret of how gums are actually earned. So for how the rounds compare, on Liberty Falls with the chopper gunner glitch, in 5 hours, he went to round 171. For the directed mode on Citadel, you are stuck at like round 10 or 11, depending on when you stop the round cap, and you are repeating that round over and over again. Each round lasts almost exactly 1 minute, and after 5 hours, you are kicked out of directed mode. And that's why we decided to do just 5-hour testing on standard and directed, because that's all they allow you to do on directed. So for 1 minute rounds and playing for 5 hours, you're going to go about 300 rounds. That's almost 130 round difference, and I thought I would see a big gap in the XP earned, but I was surprised by these numbers. So again, this is 5-hour matches, and for the chopper gunner on Liberty Falls during a double XP event, you can expect to earn around 558,000 XP. For directed mode on Citadel for a 5-hour match, you can expect to earn about 532,000 XP. So for the chopper gunner glitch, you're going to be earning maybe around 25,000 more XP, and that's because you're going to be killing probably more zombies and definitely more elite zombies. Now, this next stat for essence answers my question as to, does it matter how you kill a zombie and how much essence you get? Will it affect XP? The essence earned in the chopper gunner glitch in standard mode on Liberty Falls was 1.8 million, and the essence earned on directed mode after 5 hours can be around 3.8 million. The difference there is that the chopper gunner on Liberty Falls earns you less essence because you're only getting 50 essence per kill. And for directed mode, you're getting melee kills at 105 essence per kill. So even though you have a ton more essence, you don't earn more XP. So for Gobble Gums earned during a double gum event and on standard mode, and in 5 hours going to round 171, he earned 39 gums. Then on directed mode for 5 hours during a double gum event, he earned 28 gums. And I ran that twice, and I also got 28 gums in one game and 29 gums in the second. So at these tests, we got a 10 gum difference, where standard mode was giving more than directed. And you would think, well, you went 130 more rounds in directed mode than you did standard, so would you be getting more gums from directed mode? And the answer is no, because again, it's not based on rounds, and I'll show you guys more of that in a moment. But first I'll show you guys how many gums were earned of each rarity. For rare gums, for standard mode, it was 19 gums, and for directed mode, it was 17 gums. For the next tier up, that's epic, and for standard mode, it was 10 epic gums, and for directed, it was 5 epic gums. Then for legendary, it was 5 for standard and also 5 for directed. Then for ultra, this is where you're going to get your perkaholics, your raindrops, your timed out. For standard mode, it was 2 ultras, and for directed mode, it was 1 ultra. And if you look at the percentages and just look at the pattern, it's possible that you could expect to be getting less of the common rare blue gums in standard mode and more of the purple epic. And in directed mode, it's flipped. You're getting more of the common blue ones that show up the most and less of the purple epic. Then the rest of the rarities, the legendary and ultra, seem to be about the same. So based on this testing, and in theory, if you want more purple gums, then maybe play standard. If you want more blue gums, maybe play directed. Now for the truth that I uncovered about how gums are really earned and how it's not based on rounds, it's based on time. The way I figured this out is I took a 5-hour match and I looked at all the intervals of when the gums would pop up on the screen, and then I took an average of that time. Also, these stats I'm talking about here are on directed mode. I did not test this on standard mode, but the gums would show up every 10 to 12 minutes. There were some times where gums would show up just a couple of minutes later. Sometimes it would be 17 minutes later, but most of the time it showed up between like 10 and 12 minutes. For testing for this video, I was recording all of my matches and going back through all of the footage so I could see when the gums were dropping and look at those time intervals. And during one match, my controller had stopped meleeing for a really long time. And after 10 minutes, most of the time, the whole horde will die off, and they were dying off. And after the horde died off, I was getting gums every time. And I noticed I was getting gums every single round. And it was obvious at that point that this is mostly time-based and not round-based. So to earn gums, the game is not checking to see how many rounds you're going. It's checking to see how long it's been since the last gum. It seems to wait around 10 minutes. So you could sit there and do nothing for 10 minutes and then kill the horde. Boom, you're gonna get a gum every time. And even though that's how it works, it's not practical in any sense, because if you did that in a directed mode, you're still going to get the same amount of gums. You're going to be getting around 30, right? And if you go in there and kill non-stop, you're still going to get around 30. I looked for ways to cheese it, but there's really no way to do it. And definitely don't go into a directed mode game or standard mode game thinking, I'm going to go a ton of rounds and just get a ton of gums, because you're not, because it's time-based. It's funny knowing this truth now and looking back at a recent video where we went to round 999. I was really excited during that game thinking, oh my gosh, we're going to be getting so many gums. And I didn't track the gums for that game. But now looking back, I can see that I probably got around 40. There was no double gums running, and it was a 10-hour match, and that's probably going to yield about 40 gums, so that's pretty funny. I'm going to make a separate video showing what you earn without double gums running and then compare it to this, but hope you guys enjoyed this, and we'll see you next video.